two powerhouse tools from Google. One tracks every click. The other brings your data to life. Which one really delivers? On the left, Google Analytics. Track and analyze user behavior. And on the right, Looker Studio. Visualize your data with interactive dashboards. Let's skip the buzzwords and get to the real stuff. Each category earns points, and at the end, you'll see exactly who comes out on top. The result might not be what you expect. All right, here's what we're going to compare. Core purpose, data collection and sources, visualization and reporting, setup and ease of use, advanced features, integration and ecosystem, and of course, everyone's favorite, price. Stick around, we're hitting all the big points. So, starting off with core purpose. Google Analytics is all about tracking and measuring what folks are doing on your site or app. Seriously, it gives you these super detailed reports about user behavior. Looker Studio, on the other hand, is built for visualizing pretty much any kind of data you want. You get these slick, interactive dashboards. But here's the kicker. Looker Studio doesn't collect data itself. It just makes your numbers look awesome. Honestly, both tools are really good at what they set out to do, so calling this a tie feels right. Next up, data collection and sources. Google Analytics? It's collecting all that tasty user and event data from your website or app, straight from the source. That's why it's like always the go-to for digital analytics. You do have to set up those custom events, and yeah, it can get a bit technical, but the control is kind of awesome. Looker Studio is way more flexible though. You can pull data from like everywhere. SQL databases, Sheets, BigQuery, you name it. But remember, it only works if you connect it to something. It doesn't collect stuff by itself. So when it comes to pure data collection, gotta hand it to Google Analytics. All right, time for visualization and reporting. Here's where things get interesting. Google Analytics has your basics. Standard reports, tables, simple charts. It's functional, but let's be real, it's not winning any design awards. Looker Studio absolutely shines here. You can customize every little thing. Colors, layout, add filters, even make it interactive. If you want to wow your boss or just make sense of messy spreadsheets, Looker Studio is the tool. Advanced stuff takes a little practice, but honestly, it's worth it. Looker Studio wins this round hands down. Oh, and here's something cool you might not know. You can actually connect your Google Analytics 4 property directly to Looker Studio. Bam! Now you've got live, customized dashboards built from your own analytics data. Power combo, right? Let's talk setup and ease of use. Now, with Google Analytics, you do need to drop some code on your site or use Tag Manager. It's not rocket science, but it can be intimidating if you're not super technical. And if you're used to universal analytics, the newer GA4 interface might throw you for a loop. Looker Studio is mostly no code. You drag, drop, and boom, your report is alive. Sure, you need to connect your data sources, and setting up complex dashboards does make you flex those logical muscles a bit. But overall, Looker Studio's just more friendly for new users, so it takes this round. On to advanced features. Google Analytics offers some wild stuff. Custom events, funnel reports, predictive analytics. You can get super deep into user journeys. There's a little catch though. Most of those advanced features only stick around for about 14 months, unless you export data to BigQuery. Looker Studio keeps it simple. You get calculated fields and some basic data blending, but it's just not built for fancy analytics. You try doing predictive modeling in Looker Studio and, well, good luck. Winner here is definitely Google Analytics. All right, integration and ecosystem. Google Analytics sits pretty as part of the Google Marketing Platform, native connections with ads and Search Console, but it's still mostly about web and app data. Looker Studio is like the social butterfly here. It connects with tons of data sources, both inside and outside the Google world, including lots of third-party options. You should know, a bunch of these connectors are paid or you run into quota limits, but still, the flexibility is nuts. Looker Studio takes it. Final showdown. Price. This one's easy. Both tools are free to use for pretty much everyone in 2025. Google Analytics does have a fancy enterprise tier, the 360 version, that you pay for. But for most folks, zero cost. Looker Studio, also 100% free as long as you have a Google account, with all features open. So yeah, this is another tie, and it's a beautiful thing. Let's visualize how each tool stacks up across these categories. Just for fun. You'll see that Google Analytics is unbeatable at data collection, analytics, and advanced features, while Looker Studio dominates on visualization, integrations, and ease of use. So, what do I really think? If you're mainly tracking website or app users, Google Analytics is where you want to be. It's like your base camp. But if you want to tell a story with your data or juggle info from tons of different places, Looker Studio steals the spotlight. Both tools are awesome, but they really shine for different jobs. Need more tips on data analytics? Stick around and make sure to experiment with both tools to get the full picture.